This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Night Force, David Crazylegs Thomas, part of the Haslab for the Dragonfly. I'm just going to say right now, looking at this figure from the front here, that head sculpt reminds me a lot of the unmasked Snake Eyes from the Origins movie. On the side, we got the rest of the artwork for that one scene that we were putting together. Booyah. On the back, the dude kind of looks like Matt Smith in the artwork. Yeah, I got nothing else to say about that. On the side, we got the same bit of artwork with all the little details here, blah, blah, blah. You know, the gist of it. Freaking symbols that people don't know what they mean. So the interesting thing with Crazylegs, if I remember correctly, as the last figure in the Haslab here, he was a last-minute addition. The rumor was, or I think this may have been confirmed, they were going to just give us a generic steel core figure as the final figure, and people weren't happy about that. The Haslab was going by pretty slow at that point too, you know. So they threw up a render of Crazylegs. I'm assuming they had a Crazylegs that they were working on already, and just threw them into Night Force colors. But that seems to be kind of the story there. And that's probably a good thing. I don't know. I'm always kind of torn because, like, the thing with the His tank, you had a whole bunch of generic figures, most of which all had the same body, just in different colors. But it's a troop builder set, so you could get multiple His tanks and have multiple figures, and it really doesn't affect much. Here, if you got multiple Dragonflies, like, I'm going to admit it, I bought 2 of them. Now that means I got a full second set wave here, and technically the only one who really has a different real different look to her is Glenda there. But let's go ahead and take a look at our Crazylegs, shall we? Like I said, that looks a lot like the head sculpt from the Snake Eyes movie one, and he's got a little bit of facial hair growth going on there. You know what? I don't think I talked much about the head on the head sculpt actually on Ripcord. Let's go over his accessories. He has a really teeny tiny backpack. This does look like it's supposed to be a parachute. Not quite as extensive as Ripcord's. We have a helmet, and we have a baseball cap. I'm not really sure why they added a baseball cap to this guy. Maybe it's something in the comics that I don't know about because I haven't really read the comics. He's got 2 sets of goggles here. One with a smaller band, one with a larger band. I'm assuming the larger band technically is supposed to fit over the top of the helmet, whereupon the smaller ones probably go on his head. So, like, I think they did the same thing with the Vipers. I am not sure what is supposed to be the top and bottom on these goggles. Or maybe we'll just use the one set of goggles like that. And then let's try this. So we try to fit the helmet on him. And then maybe the bigger set. I am not loving this. I don't know how you fit both the goggles and the helmet on. Because the big one still does not seem to want to go around the goggles. Although I guess you could put it on top of the hat. Let's give this one more try real quick. All right. There we go. We got the goggles and the helmet on. I hate this thing so much right now. Oh. We got a knife. Goes up here. Very important for those times when you get caught in a tree. We got a pistol. Goes in the sheath over here. And we got this snub-nosed little thing. Has a long magazine. That flips like that. I would guess this is meant for storing it, but he again doesn't really have anywhere on him to store it. You know, at least that peg's extra long. All right, articulation-wise. Now he kind of reminds me of Tobey Maguire for some reason. I really hate this helmet. All right, head's on a ball joint. We can look up and down, spin all around, look sideways. We do have a butterfly joint, not as nice as the one on Wild Bill or Ripcord. We can hinge upwards and hinge downwards. We still got a bicep cut. Whoops. Double joint in the elbow. Hand can rotate all around, and we have the in and up, down, in and up and down hinge, in and up. Jeez. He has a boob cut, so we can spin it, although the harness that he's wearing does kind of get in the way, although it just popped off part of it. And of course, we have the wiggle around at the hips, or at the waist. And his harness came loose here, so we'll plug that back in. Or maybe we won't plug it back in. We can kick up that far. We can kick back very little. No butt crack. We can kick out like this. Harness does kind of keep stuff in the way, although it also wants to go up into his crotch. We do have a thigh cut where we can spin it. Being that this guy's wearing a bunch of padded clothing, I kind of wonder if how much of this guy would actually be able to be reused, except for in a standard version of Crazylegs. And we can bend his knee at a double joint there. He has the booty cut. Booty as in short boot, not ass. And a hinge at the ankle and a spin. And in fact, his works out much better than Wild Bill's or Ripcord's did. So we got Crazylegs file card here from the original Night Force grouping. Crazylegs, Assault Trooper, file name, Thomas David O, SN number. Primary military specialty, infantry. Secondary military specialty, parachute rigger. Birthplace, Fort Dodge, Iowa. Grade E4. Crazylegs could have been the greatest organist in the world if his fingers weren't too short. The Airborne Rangers don't care how perfectly he can play Bach Toccata or Fugue in D minor. They're only concerned with his willingness to jump out of a helicopter onto a hot LZ landing zone with nothing but a rifle, a couple grenades, and the best wishes of your commanding officer. Crazylegs is Airborne Ranger qualified and has been cross-trained as a forward artillery observer. Night Force operates stealthily in environments where the team is usually outnumbered and outgunned. Darkness is their best defense, only until the first shot has been fired. Once the team's presence and position has been compromised, it's up to Crazylegs to provide enough firepower to confuse and cover the tactical withdrawal. He loads 100% tracer ammo instead of the usual 1-to-5 ratio. This makes the other guy think there's twice as many out there coming at him. That seems like a pretty good plan, but man, if he hits somebody with one of those, that smells going to be awful. So anyway, I think that's our look at Crazylegs here. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and see about attaching him to the helicopter now. And Ripcord just fell off his side. You know what, Ripcord, you suck. Maybe if I stick him up here. Anyway, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this content and kind of the stupidity involved, feel free to subscribe. I am kind of always like this, to be honest. And if you liked it, please leave a like. Comment below. What do you think of this version of Crazylegs? Kind of wonder what they'll do for the regular version. Again, I hate that helmet. I don't know. It just doesn't. Ugh. But anyway, thanks for watching. Peace and love.